Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0. 1-0 to the Arsenal is a famous chant for a reason. We got the 3 points. We kept a clean sheet. We don't want to draw ourselves into a potential top four race owing to our own form and how, really and truly, if you look at the Premier League, Liverpool have won it. The three teams that got promoted are probably going straight back down. The only thing that's up for grabs is the top four, better yet, 5 places or 4 of the 5 places, excluding Liverpool. So again, our form dictates the conversations we'll be in. We're closer to a top 4 race than obviously fighting for the league title, and that's neither here nor there. Now, I can't lie, man. Obviously doing a live stream and a watch along and all of that. I think a lot of people are bringing their frustrations and their valid frustrations about Arsenal overall and our performances overall and chance creation, let alone chance conversion and the talking points about certain players. I think that's some of it's highlighted in the 90 minutes we saw against Chelsea, but a lot of it is kind of a spilling over thing and like the overriding themes around our football club rather than isolated to the 90 minutes. That being said, I'm happy with obviously us getting the goal. I'm happy with the clean sheet. I'm happy that we obviously won and I could talk nonsense in my group chat and all of these things. But I think that game was a microcosm of how our season, whether we win, lose or draw, in the same talking points discussed. Because I think that game goes how in an ideal world for our coaching staff and Arsenal, how we expect games to go really. Yes, Chelsea have more possession than us today, which is something that we haven't really seen, but it's what you do with possession. Possession is 9/10 of the law, but also it's about what you're doing with the ball in that regards, people. And they didn't make it happen because they had all that possession. They had about 8 touches in our up box. We had less of the ball. We had a gazillion more touches in their box than us. I'm not one for stats, but that reflects what we saw with our eyes. We got the goal. It's nice the fact that we haven't scored from a set piece since obviously December that we scored. Shout out Mikel Moreno because his goal is one thing, but I think he really put in a lot of work in that striker role and just his overall performance. Timber, I think, was quality. Even his little shenanigans with Maresca, he was quality. I think Partey would be another one to get highlighted. And we dominated the ball. The majority of the game was in their box. Their backline was shook. And I think it goes without saying, as an Arsenal fan, we probably could have, would have, and should have on another day scored a lot more. Or if we signed a striker, you'd imagine if Berta's around the club, he'd be looking at, we need a striker, maybe a left winger. I think Martinelli was a lot more positive today on the right-hand side. Yes, couple of chances, and the highlights will show Martinelli with an opportunity to score and doesn't. Put a good cross in for Marino, which the only thing Sanchez did today was make that save. On another day, I think we could have scored more because I think Chelsea's back 5 playing out from the back looked nervous. Sanchez is a train wreck and in itself. And between Martinelli, Trossard a couple of times, Declan Rice, whether it was volleys or clear-cut chances, we could have and should have scored more. But their back 5 was nervous. We had a majority of the ball. On another day, we want to score a lot more and we should have. As I said, I think Timber was quality. I think Marino was good. I think Partey was good. The only thing that was troubling me in the game, people, would have been, if I'm completely honest with you, is Raya had a little mix-up. I don't think Saliba was terrible today, but I don't think he's been at his best all season. And I think there was one moment he kind of hesitated to go for the ball and it led to a counter-attack. It felt like, if anything, it would be one of those kind of games where someone might switch off for a little mistake and it goes from 1-0 to 1-1. And that's the risk. The more clear-cut chances we're creating. Not that we was fantastic in the final third. As I said, it's kind of the same old themes. But you're hoping that, between Trossard, Nelly, Rice, whoever had a chance that somebody takes one and we get a bit of breathing space and we make it 2-0. Where the Premier League is concerned, we're A, playing for pride, and B, we're playing, not to get drawn into any top 4 conversations. We're trying to solidify second, not that there's anything to scream and shout about. And if there are any eggs that are available, they're all in the Champions League basket, which is a difficult test against Real Madrid. I think the second half was boring, let's be honest. I did expect, and I'm happy to say I'm disappointed from Chelsea. I did expect a bit of a fight back because if I put myself in Maresca's shoes, it seemed like he set up not to get embarrassed. He kind of probably over-respected us. Maybe Arsenal earned that territory. But you would have thought if there was one positive, you would say it's only 1-0. Goals change games. And I did expect them to be a bit more front-footed. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. The Reece James in midfield experiment didn't bang, but it didn't not work. It was a bit of a nothing game. Cucurella, whatever. I will say this: I don't understand how Fofana. It's a great bit of quality from him. Took 58 minutes to get a yellow card, let alone ended that game without a red card. If I'm honest, maybe on another day or another team wearing red and white, I'm not that Arsenal fan, but I have to be that Arsenal fan. Maybe potentially we have a penalty. Yeah, man. So it's kind of on brand. We just need to beat the smaller teams. This has been our problem, our Achilles heel in the last 3 years trying to fight for a title. The smaller teams at home have been the games we've struggled in. So yeah, man, it's nice that you don't always have to be amazing, just get the job done. Maybe we could have seen some substitutions quicker from Mikel Arteta, but if there was a game you could gamble on potential fitness, it would have obviously been today because we've got an international break. I think Gabriel was good. I think Lewis Skelly was good. I think Partey was good. For Rice, naturally ever present. I think Marino and Timber would be the ones I'm like, yeah, you lot were class. More of a positive performance from Martinelli. I felt down the right. Trossard should have scored, but I don't think it was a game where anyone was crap. Obviously, Odegaard got the assist, but it is another game you're wanting a lot more from Martin Odegaard. But at the end of the day, you have to win games. I wouldn't say there's bragging rights because Chelsea are in the mud and, our trophy aspirations are on the floor, but you don't want to lose against the top six. We've got a decent record. We want to win as many games as we can until the end of the season. We want to build as much momentum as humanly possible going into the impossible or improbable task, if you don't like the word impossible, of beating Real Madrid. And it leaves a sour taste in your mouth losing a game, going into the international break shamelessly. But at one point, Chelsea were ahead of us in the table. If we've bottled the title challenge, they have as well. But that's all banter. We did what we needed to do. Any problems that we are speaking about are obviously isolated to the Chelsea game, but it's the backdrop of our season so far. So we got 3 points. We did what we needed to do. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Arsenal won, Chelsea nil, top six record great. Emirates patterning. Maresca has lost the battle of the Pep Guardiola Conboys. So yeah, man, it is what it is, man. I think Ethan, a bit quiet off the bench, if I'm honest with you. Wanted to see Tierney a bit quicker. Do you think there's a legit question if Zinchenko should be getting a bit more of an opportunity in the Odegaard role? I hope Berta was there and he's looking as to why we need a striker or something in that regards. But it is what it is in that regards. I'm happy to win. We keep it moving. And we've got a big run in, people. We've got the 2 games against Real Madrid. We've got Fulham to come. We got Bournemouth. We got Palace still, forgive me if I'm wrong. We got Ipswich. We got to go to Anfield. Yeah, man, there's a lot of tasks. The Marino thing worked today. Maybe potentially it might not work on another day, but yeah, man, Timber, what a player Timber is. Seriously, like we need to hype Timber a lot more, man. To have Timber, Gabriel, and Saliba, it is great. And naturally, there's going to be those conversations. Is White going to get football? Yada yada yada. Even White could have been exposed to some minutes today, but yeah, they even brought on the fake Saka and Cole Palmer ducked the smoke, man. So yeah, I'm a happy lad, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts.
Always